Welcome to another episode of the You Only Live Once Life and Business Innovation Style Yummy Conversation. I'm Hani, the author of this book, and I'm here today to bring to you another conversation about how to live and own your power, your leadership, your liberated leadership, so that you can impact and make the difference that you are here to make. And so today's topic is about the top 3 mistakes that new managers make that they fail to realize going into creating new teams and creating and integrating into new companies. So if you are a new manager, this is for you. If you have read a lot of management books and have done a lot of leadership work, however, have not looked at it from a personal development side or a breakthrough perspective, this is for you. And also, if you are watching this and you're looking into creating new ways of empowering yourself and as a result, your team, then this is for you too. So the first thing is that you don't have a clear vision. That's the first biggest mistake. And of course, all of us have missions and all of us have visions, right? Like your KPI, your OKCs, whatever it is that you're brought on to create as a result. So the clear vision on what that result is the first step. However, what the biggest mistake I see managers make is that even with that result, the way in which you want to create that result, the way that glues your team of 5 or more together is often ignored. And that is something that creates cohesion and is the more intangible side of managing a team. Of course, in a corporate situation, everyone's brought on to deliver a certain result. However, if you ignore these other aspects of how to glue the team together, how to motivate the team together, how to empower your team together, then you're losing the potential of creating leaders within your team. So knowing clearly what your vision is, not just from a numerical standpoint, not just from a KPI measurable revenue bottom line standpoint, but also on the other areas. So it's more holistic in what your vision includes. For example, a number does not describe a movie scene, right? Like, what are all the other aspects in that scene? What are the team relationships like? How do they communicate? Is it transparency? Is it cutthroat competitive or collaborative? Is it, how do you encourage honesty? How do you encourage trust? How do you encourage that people are creative and take chances and take risks, however, also prioritizing results? How do you balance that? How do you take care of each other under really intense, stressful situations? How do you manage your time? How do you prioritize what is important when there are competing stakeholders, competing influences? These are all things, if you can think about them prior to being in the thick and in the weeds, or take some time to think about it, you'll be able to be much better prepared. So having a holistic, clear vision is one of the most important parts of not getting sucked into your stress response when crap hits the fan. The second biggest mistake is not changing your old habits and belief systems. So the first thing that new managers come to me and tell me is that they list out all the ways in which their past managers have told them that they can improve on, especially when it comes to you. If you are someone who has been an individual contributor, an analyst, or someone who has done a lot of work, but the result is based on your independent contribution to that particular topic. No matter if you're managing $1 billion worth of budget, or if you are doing this in a small tech team or a creative role, or whatever that role may be, when you're moving into a place of a managerial position, it is more important to realize what are some of the perspectives and the habits that you used to have that now needs to change. From different perspectives, you can analyze this, right? From the perspective of skill sets, what skill sets do you need? Do you need more communication? Do you need to see right through to the truth straight away? Do you need to make really fast and accurate judgments and calls to put everyone into action? What are some of the skills that you need? Do you need to have much better communication skills with management above so that you can manage upwards, the expectation upwards? Do you need to be able to stand up for your view and stand up for your team? How can you be a leader in a way that earns the respect from the top and below and among your team? If you're hearing the sounds of the engines, what do you need to start your engine and the engine of your team to be able to go forth towards in the same direction with reduced conflicts and reduced inefficiencies? So what are these older habits that you used to have that no longer will work? What are the ones that you can see and you are conscious of? And how are you reaching out for support to uncover some of the unseen ones that are embedded in your personality? Every time someone rises up for a new challenge, just like the hero's journey, there are things you need to break through. And if you don't break through them, you're just going to hit the same walls again, but this time there's going to be higher stakes. So I highly encourage you to discover, to work with someone to see what other blind spots do you have that are underneath the surface that you don't know that exist, because these are the most dangerous ones. When they hit you in the face, you don't even know what happened because you are unaware of them and you didn't know that they would actually hurt you more than they would help you. The most common mistakes that I see are bubbling up from people are these natural responses they have towards stress, natural responses they have towards communication that may not be effective, natural responses they have that are more people pleasing, or it is around the concept of wanting to do the right thing, yet the inability to make these judgment calls with confidence, with foresight, and with the ability to see the full picture. So what are some of these skills that you need, that you know and you're conscious of, and how are you identifying those skills that you don't have, and how are you preparing yourself to uncover those and also take new forms of creating positive momentum towards them? So just like the sounds that we're hearing in our background, these are nails that are in your system, nailed really deep in, these habits and patterns of behavior and thinking that we need to pluck one out at a time. And sometimes the whole structure needs to go so that you can install a structure of strength, a structure of clarity, a structure of direction, and how you can be able to overcome and grow into that leadership version of you in a transformational way at the speed that you're needing to, because your team needs you, because your company is changing at such a rapid speed. So as you're listening to these sounds and these different vibrations in the atmosphere right now, this is the speed of which things are going. They're hammering in and they are waiting for you to take charge. The last thing about the challenges that you might be having as you're going into and becoming more of an effective leader is the personal changes and the personal and professional changes that you will need to develop and grow into. So not only is leadership something that is a practical and a tangible idea, it's also something that you can execute. It's a systematic action plan that you can have and you can share. There's a visual way of you can do this with your team to communicate with them what you're thinking. But there's also a huge element of an energetic, a psychological, and even a spiritual growth that you will need to go through. You will, because you can't avoid it. You cannot stay the same person as you were before. Why? Because just by thinking your way there is not enough. Your whole body and your whole being is not just your brain, right? It's your energy. It's the way that your heart is in the work. It's the way that you are connected to the mission, the company's mission, and how you are going to inspire your people. It's no longer enough to simply have a brain or write a book and be like, this, follow this, and you will be successful. We will be successful together. got to connect our people and motivate our people through our own connection with ourselves and our missions. So this is why your personal development is extremely important, and how you connect with the work. Because if you're disconnected and you're not feeling the drive and the enthusiasm and the deep excitement for the contributions that you are making for the company, then your people are not going to feel it either. And so under stressful moments, in a time where high pressure and extreme expectations are in play, that's going to slowly collapse each person. And how are you going to stick together during that time? How are you going to plan for that? So put yourself in that position and say, and ask yourself, what else and how can I grow that I can align my heart, my actions, and my vision, and in a way that is naturally inspiring for my people. I understand this so deeply, and I really want you to get this, because this is the single thing that allowed my team to not only grow at a rapid speed. Like, I onboard people in 2 weeks and they're running, taking the reins, running, people who have never done certain jobs and roles before. And they're able to gain the skills and perform so much better than people I've hired before. So other people I've hired before. So, I've personally hired, fired, worked together, and cultivated a team where each of these individuals take not only full control of their role, but also contribute at such high level. And I want that for you too. I'm sure you already have some of that. But if you're watching this, you're hoping to gain more insight and more changes, right? And I want to let you know that the change begins with you. So there is a way to have a more liberating experience, a more efficient way of doing things, a super clear plan where it's a holistic vision of where your vision meets your action, meets your results, and meets the entire way in which you run your team. I'm available to speak to you in this week about how we can support you on your strategies on getting to that next level. We're running a Liberated leadership program that allows you to feel free while creating results. And if you're interested in this, calls out to you. This is a humongous opportunity for you to get that breakthrough in 6 weeks. We'll talk to you soon. The links are below. You can check out one of my articles on LinkedIn or on my website. And let's talk. Let's see how we can get you there, how we can activate all of these areas and can do it in a fun, easy, but also extremely rewarding and courageous way. Talk to you soon. Mwah. Like this. If you like it, and also comment below which one of these topics are most present for you, prevalent to you, and what you have to contribute. What are some of the ideas and tips that you have also found extremely useful in your leadership? Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.